Welcome back at 7:43. Bunnak Landon returns to the Jefferson Parish courtroom this morning for sentencing. Last week, a jury took less than 1 hour to deliberate and convict Landon of first-degree murder and 2 counts of obstruction of justice. She now faces life in prison without the possibility of parole. Fox 8 legal analyst Joe Responti joins us this morning to discuss this case. Joe, good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning.
That case last week, the details coming out of the court with those testimonies. Lots of emotion hearing from Bella's sister, her teachers, the psychiatrists who work with the family. I know people at home who are hearing all of this reporting are wondering what she was charged with first-degree murder. So I guess explain to us what typically happens as far as the potential sentence with a first-degree murder charge or conviction.
First-degree murder is you can either get life imprisonment or the death penalty. And if you are seeking the death penalty, what would have happened is after she was convicted, they would have reconvened the jury, and you would go through what is called a penalty phase, where the government puts on their case as to why this person should be put to death, and the defense says why the person should not be put to death.
And we were also discussing typically someone gets a first-degree murder charge, and there are a lot of different reasons why someone will be charged with first-degree murder. But is the age of the victim usually a factor, and the nature of the crime, is that usually factored in as well?
There's 6 or 7 ways you can get to, like if I got a gun and shot you right here, that's second-degree murder, because you're not under the age of, I think it's 12 or over the age of 65. I didn't shoot 2 people. You're not a police officer. It has a few drive-by, I think is one of them, but this fit because the child was under the age that needed to be. So she was arrested for that. She was charged with that. But at the end of the day, I think that Paul Connick made a decision in consultation with the family, and I don't know this, but I'm going to assume.
Is that usually what happens?
Yeah, I mean, you have to. I mean, I think you have to respect their wishes to some degree. And if I'm here advising the family, and I have been put in that situation once or twice, sadly, is that I'm telling the people, look, I know all your emotions are here, but if you want closure, nobody's going to bring your little daughter back. If you want closure, you're not going to get it with a death penalty because Antoinette Franks has been on death row for 30 years in this state. You don't get where you want to get to, even though now they're starting to put people to death. You don't get there, and not to mention for Paul Connick, it's a decision of I've got to handle all these death penalty appeals from now till forever, and I have to hire more people to do that in the appeals division. So I mean, that's sadly to say, that's almost a business decision on his part. But there's all kind of public perception, and there's a lot of things that go into it. But for whatever reason or bunch of reasons, it was decided not to go after the death penalty in this particular case.
And so today, when the judge sentenced,
she's going to give the lady life in prison. I'm 100% sure of that.
Okay. All right. Well, Joe, we will follow what happens in that court today. But thank you for helping us understand exactly the charge and how the decision's typically made. Not necessarily in this case.
And
but
I don't know that it was,
made.
but this is just a sad situation. And maybe just wanted to get it over with in a certain way.
All right, Joe. Well, thank you so much for your time.